Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive with us.
Hmm.
Today we're going deep on something I know you've probably heard of before,
Hmm.
manifestation.
Yes.
But today we're going to really kind of unlock its true potential.
Yeah.
We're going way beyond just the basics and we're going to explore all this really amazing science behind it
Yeah.
and then look at some really practical strategies that can help people manifest with more intention and impact.
It's really interesting because manifestation is often misunderstood. You know, it's
Yeah.
not about trying to force outcomes.
Right.
It's more about understanding how powerful your mindset is
Yeah.
and really how it can shape your reality.
Yeah, and I think so many of us have heard that saying, thoughts become things. But
Hmm.
is there any truth to that? Scientifically, is there anything backing that up?
Well, there's the law of attraction,
Right.
which basically says that positive energy attracts positive outcomes.
Okay.
But it's not just about sitting around
Yeah.
and wishing for things to happen. It's really about cultivating a positive mindset
Yeah.
and then taking steps towards those goals.
So it's almost like a collaboration
It is
between what you're thinking and doing and the universe.
exactly
And-
like a partnership.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
So it's not magic, but it's maybe there's something kind of scientific to it.
Yeah, and one of the sources we looked at talked about the reticular activating system,
Yeah, the RAS.
or the RAS. Yeah.
Have you ever noticed how after you buy a red car,
Uh-huh.
you suddenly see red cars everywhere?
Yes, all the time.
It's so weird.
Yeah, that's your RAS in action.
Okay.
It's basically like a filter in your brain
Oh,
that decides what you're going to focus on.
interesting.
So if you're thinking about your goals all the time and what you want to achieve,
Yeah.
your RAS is going to help you start to see those opportunities
Oh, wow.
that you might have missed otherwise.
So it's almost priming your brain to be looking for that thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And there's actually a study that shows this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, researchers found that people who were primed to see smiling faces actually experienced a mood boost throughout their whole day
Wow.
just from being exposed to those smiling faces.
So it's our brains are so powerful
They are so powerful.
that just by shifting our focus, it actually changes how we're perceiving things.
Yes. And it's not just about what we focus on,
Right.
but it's also about how our brains are physically changing
Oh.
based on those thoughts.
Okay.
And that's where neuroplasticity comes in.
Okay. Neuroplasticity, that sounds very scientific.
It is, but it's actually pretty simple.
Okay.
Imagine your brain is like a garden,
Okay.
and every time you have a thought, you're basically planting a seed.
Interesting.
And when you keep thinking that thought over and over again,
Yeah.
you're watering that seed.
Uh-huh.
And that's how you build those neural pathways.
Oh, so the more we think a thought, the more it becomes
The stronger it becomes.
ingrained in our brains.
Yes, exactly.
Which makes it easier to actually take action from that thought. That's amazing.
Yeah, our brains are constantly rewiring themselves based on what we experience
Wow.
and the thoughts that we focus on.
So the more we think positive thoughts, the more it's going to become easier to think positive thoughts.
Yes, exactly.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's like building a positive mindset muscle.
That's so cool. I've always been fascinated by the placebo effect. I don't know if you've ever heard about that, but it's basically when people experience real changes just because they believe a treatment will work,
Right.
even if it's a sugar pill or something.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Do you think that connects to manifestation in some way?
Absolutely. The placebo effect is a perfect example of how powerful our beliefs can be.
Yeah.
If you really believe that you can achieve something, you're much more likely to take action
Okay.
and make it happen.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so it really aligns with the principles of manifestation.
Okay, so we've got this mind-blowing connection between our mindset
Yes.
and the potential to actually shape the reality around us.
That's right.
But where do we even begin? How do we actually put this into practice?
Well, one of the sources we looked at actually lays out a 5-step blueprint
Yeah.
to kickstart this manifestation process.
Yeah.
So it's like a toolkit for anyone who's ready to start manifesting their desires.
I love that. Okay, so what's the first step? What do we do?
The first step is all about clarity.
Okay.
A lot of people are like, where do I even begin?
Right.
It starts with defining a specific goal.
Okay.
You can't expect to arrive if you don't know where you're going, right?
That makes total sense.
Yeah,
It's like setting your GPS destination.
exactly.
You can't just be take me somewhere. It's
No.
I need an address.
Right, you need a specific destination.
Right.
And that's the same with manifestation.
So vague wishes lead to vague results.
Exactly, and specificity is key.
Okay.
So instead of just saying, I want more money,
Right.
define exactly how much you want and what you're going to do with it.
Oh, I see.
that level of detail can make a huge difference.
Okay, so step 1, clarity.
Clarity.
Yeah.
What's next? Step 2 is all about visualization.
Okay.
It's about harnessing the power of your imagination.
Okay.
Take a few minutes each day to really picture yourself achieving that goal and really feeling those emotions that come with it.
So we're really like tricking our brain into thinking it's already happened.
Yeah, you're creating a mental map for your subconscious mind to follow.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so you're basically priming it to recognize opportunities
Okay.
and to navigate challenges more effectively.
So the more we rehearse it in our minds, the more it's going to feel like something we can achieve.
Exactly. And the more attainable it becomes.
Awesome. Okay, so we've got clarity. We've got visualization.
Yes.
What's step 3?
Step 3 is where the rubber meets the road.
Ooh, I like
This is about aligned action.
Okay.
So visualization is important,
Right.
but it's not enough.
We've got to take action.
You have to take concrete steps that align with your visualized goal.
So give me an example. Like, let's say someone's visualizing a promotion at work.
Okay.
What would aligned action look like for that?
It could look like taking a course
Okay.
to enhance your skills, or networking more actively,
Oh, yeah.
or even having a conversation with your boss about your aspirations.
Yeah.
All of those things are showing the universe and yourself
Right.
that you're serious about making it happen.
I love that aligned action. Okay, step 4, what is it?
Step 4 is all about shifting our focus
Okay.
from what we lack to what we already have.
Okay.
And that's about cultivating gratitude.
Okay, gratitude. That's a big one. I feel like we hear that a lot.
We do.
But how does it connect to manifestation?
Gratitude helps us to appreciate what we have in the present moment,
Mm-hmm.
and it helps us to cultivate a sense of abundance rather than scarcity.
Oh, I see.
You know, are you dwelling on what you don't have,
Mm-hmm.
or are you celebrating what you already have?
Right.
That shift in perspective can make a huge difference in your manifestation journey.
Yeah. I love that quote, what you focus on expands.
Yeah.
So if we're constantly focusing on what we don't have, we're probably just going to get more of that.
Yeah, you're going to attract more lack.
But if we're focusing on the good, we're going to attract more good things.
Exactly. And it's not just about material things.
Right.
It's about cultivating that positive mindset
Mm-hmm.
that's going to attract positive experiences.
I like that. Okay, so we've got clarity, visualization,
Mm-hmm.
aligned action, and gratitude.
Yeah.
What's the final step?
The fifth and final step is all about letting go.
Okay.
And this can be a tough one,
Yeah.
but it's so crucial for allowing the universe to work its magic.
Oh, so it's like trusting the process.
It's about releasing any obsessive thoughts
Okay.
or anxieties about the outcome.
Right, because I can see how like holding on too tightly would almost block it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like planting a seed and then constantly digging it up
Uh-huh.
to see if it sprouted.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You got to let it grow.
Right, you got to give it time.
You got to trust that the universe is conspiring to help you achieve that goal.
Oh, I love that analogy.
Yeah.
Trusting the process is so key.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for me, I get impatient sometimes.
We all
I want it to happen. Like that snaps fingers.
instant gratification.
Yes, exactly.
But manifestation is a marathon, not a sprint.
That's so true. And our sources also talk about some common pitfalls
Yes.
that can sabotage our efforts.
Exactly. And we all fall into these traps sometimes.
Okay, so let's dive into those and how we can like avoid making those mistakes.
Sounds good.
Because I know I've definitely been guilty of some of these myself.
Me too.
Yeah.
We all have at some point.
Okay.
But recognizing them is the first step to overcoming them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
All right, so what is like the #1 pitfall that we see people fall into?
I think the biggest one is impatience.
Oh.
We all want things to manifest. Like that snaps fingers.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I was just thinking that.
Instant gratification, right?
Yes.
But our sources really emphasize that manifestation takes time.
Right.
It takes consistent effort,
Mm-hmm.
and it takes a lot of patience.
Oh gosh, patience.
Yeah.
Not my strong suit.
One of the sources compared it to a bamboo plant.
Oh.
You know, it takes years to develop this strong root system
Okay.
before it just shoots up seemingly overnight.
Wow, that's a really good analogy.
Yeah, so it's not just about like sitting back and waiting.
Oh, right.
It's about consistently nurturing those thoughts and those actions.
So true. Okay, so impatience. What else? What other pitfalls should we be aware of?
Another big one is focusing on what we lack
Okay.
rather than what we have.
Right.
And the sources really emphasized the importance of positive framing.
Oh,
So instead of saying, I hate my job,
Yeah.
try shifting your perspective to, I'm ready for a new exciting challenge.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's subtle, but it can make a big difference.
It's like being mindful of our language and how we're talking about things.
Exactly, because our language really does shape our mindset.
Yeah, and I know for me, sometimes when I catch myself being negative, it can be hard to get out of that spiral.
It can be, but it's all about practice.
Yeah.
Consciously shifting your focus to what you want. And that sends a much more positive vibration to the universe.
Okay, so it's like we're choosing to water those seeds of our desires.
Exactly.
Instead of like the weeds of our doubts.
Yes, perfect analogy.
Okay, so we've got patience, we've got positive framing. Are there any other pitfalls that we should be aware of?
The final one that the sources highlighted is passivity.
Okay.
And it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that just visualizing is enough.
Right. Like if I just sit here and think about it, it's going to happen.
Exactly. But like we talked about earlier, aligned action is crucial.
We have to actually do something.
Yeah, we have to meet the universe halfway.
Yeah, so true.
Think about it this way.
Okay.
You wouldn't just visualize winning a marathon
Uh-huh.
and then expect to just cross the finish line without any training.
Right. You've got to put in the work.
You got to put in the work. Exactly.
Yeah, so it's all about aligning those actions with our intentions.
Yes.
Okay, so we've covered impatience focusing on lack and this passivity.
Yes.
But what about like setbacks?
Oh, yeah.
Like how do we reframe those when they inevitably pop up?
That's a great question. And I think instead of seeing setbacks as failures,
Yeah.
we can choose to see them as opportunities for learning and growth.
Oh, okay.
Maybe there's a lesson to be learned or a different approach to consider.
Right.
It's all about adapting
Okay.
and staying flexible.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's like those unexpected detours on a road trip.
Exactly.
They might not be part of the plan, but it could lead you somewhere amazing.
You might discover something new.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we've talked about all these like pitfalls and how to navigate them, but I know we have some listeners out there who are probably like, okay, but what about this? What about that?
Yeah, I know we have some curious listeners who submitted some questions.
Yeah, let's dive into those.
You ready to tackle some listener questions?
I love this part. Me too. Let's hear what they have to say.
Okay, sound good.
What's the first question?
Okay, here's one that we get a lot.
Okay.
How long does manifestation actually take?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, right?
Right. If only we had a crystal ball.
Yeah.
That could tell us exactly when our desires would manifest.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, there's no one-size-fits-all answer.
Okay.
It really depends on the goal,
Yeah.
the actions you're taking, and other factors that are unique to your journey.
So it's not about setting a deadline.
No.
It's more about just being consistent.
Consistency is key.
Okay.
The more consistent you are,
Yeah.
the faster you're likely to see results.
Okay.
It's about building momentum over time.
So it's like that snowball effect.
It is.
The longer it rolls, the bigger it gets.
Exactly.
Okay. I like that. All right. What's another question we have?
Okay, here's another good one.
Okay.
Can anyone manifest their desires?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Manifestation is not limited to a select few.
Right.
It's available to everyone.
I love that.
Yeah. Regardless of their background,
Mm.
their beliefs, their circumstances.
So it's about like empowering yourself to create that life that you want.
Exactly. And one of our sources actually shared a really inspiring story
Oh, yeah.
from a listener who manifested her own freelance business.
Wow.
She started by just like consistently journaling
Okay.
and visualizing every detail.
So she really got clear on what she wanted.
She did. She was very specific.
Okay, what happened?
And then she took aligned action.
Okay.
She honed her skills, she networked with people,
Uh-huh.
and she put herself out there.
Amazing.
Yeah. And she
Okay.
attributes her success to the principles of manifestation.
Oh, that's so inspiring.
It's a great reminder that manifestation is not just a theory.
Right.
It's a powerful tool that we can all use.
Create the lives that we want. I love that. Okay, so we've tackled those questions.
Yeah.
Do we have time for one more?
We have time for one more.
Okay, what else do we have?
Okay. This one's interesting.
Yeah.
Is it possible to manifest something for someone else?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Like good health for a loved one?
Yeah, I think a lot of people out there would love to know that.
Right.
Like, can we manifest good things for other people?
Yeah, it's a complex topic.
Okay.
And there are definitely different schools of thought on this.
Okay.
While we can't directly control other people's realities
Yeah.
or force outcomes upon them, it's their life,
Yeah, it's their journey.
Yeah.
But is there anything that we can do?
Well, we can certainly send positive energy their way.
Okay.
We can visualize them, being healthy and happy,
Mm-hmm.
and we can hold that intention in our hearts.
Right.
And of course, we can offer practical support and love,
Yeah.
but ultimately, each individual is responsible for
Right.
their own journey.
Okay, so it's about respecting their free will,
Yeah.
but still sending those good vibes.
Exactly.
Now, before we wrap up this deep dive, I want to circle back to something we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
The power of belief.
Yes.
It really is like the foundation
It is.
of everything we've talked about today.
It's at the core of it all.
If we don't believe that manifestation is possible,
Mm-hmm.
then we're probably not going to put in the effort or have the patience
Exactly.
to see it through.
It's like anything else in life. If
Yeah.
you don't believe you can do it,
Yeah.
you're probably right.
But if we really believe in ourselves and the power of our intentions,
Yes.
then there really are no limits.
No limits.
This whole deep dive has been so eye-opening for me.
Me too.
It's amazing to think about like
Oh, it's pretty mind-blowing.
how much power we have
Yeah.
just with our thoughts and beliefs.
It's really empowering.
I'm feeling very inspired.
Me too. And the best part is we can start using this power right now. We don't need anything special.
Right.
It's all about cultivating that right mindset and taking consistent action.
I love that. So as we wrap up today,
Yeah.
I want you to think about one thing that you would like to manifest this week. Just one dream or one goal.
Okay.
And I want you to really think about it.
Yes.
Write it down, visualize it,
Mm-hmm.
and start taking those aligned actions.
Yeah, those little steps.
Exactly. And if you're feeling brave, share it in the comments.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you.
Let's create this community of support and inspiration
Yeah.
as we all work towards making those dreams a reality.
It's so much easier when we do it together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey
Yes, thank you for being here.
into the world of manifestation.
It's been fun.
And until next time, keep thinking big,
Yes.
acting boldly,
Mm-hmm.
and trusting the journey.
Trusting the process.
Exactly.
And as you go about your week,
Yeah.
just consider this.
Oh.
If our thoughts can shape our reality,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of world do you want to create?
Ooh.